Just last week, thousands of people from across the US and around the world attended South by Southwest right here in Austin. Now, I was just telling our next guest that, I used to go to that festival back when it was a tiny little music festival, nothing like what it is right now. And for any of you who actually got here over the weekend, I don't know about you, but I felt old. Over the past 20 plus years, the South by Southwest Interactive Festival has featured the creativity and passion of exceptional technology industry experts. If you missed this year's festival, our next guest will fill you in on all the highlights and trends. Hugh Forrest serves as the director of the South by Southwest Interactive Festival. He was named Austinite of the Year by the Austin Chamber of Commerce in February 2012 and Austin Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young in June 2014. Everyone, Hugh Forrest.
Good morning. Again, my name is Hugh Forrest. I am director of the South by Southwest Interactive Festival. You can always contact me at hugh@sxsw.com or follow me on Twitter at Hugh_W_Forrest. Some people are for work. I am for rest. You can remember it that way. You can laugh. That's good. That's good. Okay, thanks again for coming to hear me this morning. It's great to be able to talk to you guys about South by Southwest and what happened in the last 2 weeks. To start things off, did anybody here attend South by Southwest 2015? Excellent. And has anyone been in the past but not this year? All right, good. So there's some familiarity with the event. So for this morning's talk, I'm going to start off with just a quick history of what South by Southwest is, what it's become. Then I'm going to talk about some of the trends that we predicted at the beginning of the event. We put out a trends list in late February and compare that to what I think the trends actually ended up being and talk about how difficult trend prediction is. But let's start off with a short video. This was produced by our friends at USA Today, interviewed some of our attendees, and it will give you a good little sense of the event and create a little energy as well. So run the video, please.
South by Southwest is chaotic in the best way possible.
Wild.
The best place to be if you want to be seen and be known.
Exciting.
South by Southwest gives you that really tingling excitement.
South by Southwest is crazy.
Crazy lovable mess.
South by Southwest is delicious.
Gezellig.
Incredible.
There's so many food trucks, restaurants, pop-up places, and there's just so much to try here.
South by Southwest is squirrel. Let's do that again.
South by Southwest is a party.
The innovation.
South by Southwest is a marathon.
This year at South by Southwest, I want a job.
It's worth it.
Thank you. So again, that was something produced, I think, on Friday, March 13th by our friends at USA Today. Really like the energy there and good way to start off the event. What is South by Southwest, aside from what you heard in that 60-second video? South by Southwest is a platform for very creative people. It was founded in 1987 as a music-only event. It has always been designed as a platform for creative people and the companies they work with to incrementally develop their careers. So again, it started in 1987 as a music event. In 1994, we added what was a combined film and multimedia. We've since added an education event to the beginning of the thing. But again, still very focused on where we started at the beginning. The goal of South by Southwest has always been to bring together people from a wide area to meet and share ideas. These original goals continue to remain true, whether it is music, film, or interactive. Austin continues to be a perfect location for this confluence of creativity. The book there is Rise to the Creative Class, which of course was written by Richard Florida in the early 2000s. Austin was one of the big stars of that book. At the time, we didn't realize how influential that was going to be, but I think it's really paved the way for Austin's growth and, again, guides a lot of what we do at South by Southwest. I always say that South by Southwest is a living, breathing manifestation of the internet. For 2015, we had more than 1,000 sessions covering everything from financial tech to fashion, from social media to sports, from government policy to gaming. Big name speakers at the event ranged from Al Gore to Rand Paul, from Julia Louis-Dreyfus to Megan Smith, who was the Chief Technology Officer for the United States, from Malcolm Gladwell to Charles Barkley, from Jesse Jackson to Lawrence Lessig. Very fortunate to have a lot of big name speakers at this year's event, yet the heart of the event are lots of people that you haven't heard of yet that you may hear of in the future. South by Southwest is a big, big tent with lots and lots of different verticals, facets, opinions, and angles. That's a good thing. I like having a big tent. That means we can showcase someone like Rand Paul, who has completely different views from Al Gore on the same day. In fact, we had Edward Snowden speaking this year on the same day that Rand Paul did. So again, huge, huge, huge tent. We specialize in massive sensory overload, and this is usually a good thing. Thousands and thousands of people come to Austin for South by Southwest Interactive. This year we had about 33,000 total attendees, but these numbers are largely irrelevant. The heart of the event, as with the heart of any event, as with the heart of what you guys are doing this week, is one-on-one connections that can take your career to the next level. Okay, with that basic 30,000-foot view of what South by Southwest is, let's talk a little bit about trends for this year's event. And again, I'm going to start off with trends that we predicted and how that played out. Projected trend number one, we said there would be even more startup activity this year. In fact, we doubled the amount of space that we devoted to startups. This building is where we house what we call Startup Village. And for 2015, we doubled the amount of space for Startup Village. Our bet was that startups were going to be even hotter this year than ever before. Had lots of great startup speakers this year, ranging from Bill Gurley to Eric Ries. Eric Ries is the founder of the Lean Startup Movement. Steve Case, Ari Hori, and Scott Weiss. Scott Weiss is from Andreessen Horowitz, so a pretty big VC. What we end up finding here is, we were about 50% right on this prediction. Yes, there's a ton of interest still in startups, but probably doubling the amount of space was too ambitious. A lot of the panel rooms for startups were not as crowded as we anticipated. In fact, the speaker we had that I mentioned previously, Bill Gurley, who is a big-time VC from the West Coast, he was in conversation with Malcolm Gladwell. His prediction is the startup economy is going to, there's going to be a burst in the bubble this year. We'll see about that. But again, we were probably too ambitious on our startup predictions. Prediction number two, more international participation. This was something that we saw a lot of in 2014, even more so in 2015. Lots and lots more internationals at the event. Our trade show had booths from Argentina, Brazil, Canada, Costa Rica, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Korea, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and many, many others. So it's a real international marketplace. I think we were about 70% right on that. We had lots of international participation. That was a good thing. That was a pretty good prediction there. Prediction number three, big changes in the transportation sector. The gentleman on the left is Logan Green. He is the CEO of Lyft. The gentleman on the right is Dr. Astro Teller. He is the leader of Google X, which is their moonshot program. Logan was the keynote on Monday. Dr. Astro Teller was the keynote on Tuesday. They both talked about transportation in their own way. Logan talking about ride sharing. Dr. Astro Teller talking about Google self-driving cars. So again, this was a big trend at this year's event, but more interesting was how it manifested on-site for attendees. This was the first year that Lyft and Uber could legally operate in Austin during South by Southwest. It made the experience so much better for our attendees. So again, big changes in the transportation sector. That was a prediction. I will say we were about 80% right on that, and I'm giving us high marks there, again, because how much Uber and Lyft changed the on-site experience. Pretty good there. Trend number four is changes in the delivery on demand economy. This is closely related to transportation, but it's this idea that in the future, our smartphone is our remote control for life. This is really what Uber wants to do long term, is they want to be able to deliver everything, not just people, everything. We had quite a few sessions about this at the event. I'm giving us another 80% here, less for what we did, and more for if you did not see it. The FAA approved Amazon to start testing these delivery drones last week during South by Southwest. No correlation there, but I think that's a big, big change. And I think we'll see even more on this delivery on demand economy in the future. Excuse me, trend number 5, robots are becoming a reality. This woman is Dr. Cynthia Brazil. She is a professor at the MIT Media Lab. She did a crowdsourced robot program last year called Jibo. This is the Jibo robot. We did lots and lots of stuff about robots this year. Probably most popular, we had a robot petting zoo at the JW Marriott. Very, very popular, big lines there, got a lot of buzz. We also had a fake protest about robots somewhere out there. It turned out it was fake because it was really a viral marketing campaign from movie, I think. But again, robots were a big deal, probably about 85% right. I think the important thing to understand there is robots are becoming easier to use, and when any technology becomes easier to use, you're going to see more mainstream adoption. Trend number 6, trend number 6, the darker side of social media. We did a few panels on how ISIS was using social media, various other terrorist organizations on social media. Those panels were popular. All in all, we've been saying that social media had topped off a little. While social media has been a big part of South by Southwest growth over the last 10 years, it topped off a little this year. I think we were totally wrong on this one, in the sense that the biggest thing coming out of South by Southwest this year is Meerkat, which is this app you can put on your iPhone. It's not Android yet, that allows you to live stream. It is, in essence, a new kind of social media. I had heard about Meerkat, first heard about it about a week before South by Southwest. Someone said, is it going to be a big deal at this year's event? I said, oh, I don't know, I don't think so. In fact, it was a big deal. It's gotten huge traction out of the event. I would encourage you to learn about and visit a site called Product Hunt if you haven't done that yet. It got a lot of buzz on Product Hunt the week before South by Southwest. That buzz translated to South by Southwest. It's an interesting site to visit. Projected trend number 7, the importance of the Internet of Things. This is this idea that in the future, everything is connected. We did something like 70 panels that were focused on the Internet of Things. I think we're about 50% right on this. The Internet of Things is certainly going to be a huge trend in the future, but I just don't think we have the killer app yet that excites a lot of people, and for that reason, I'm giving us a 50% correct there. Projected trend number 8, health and med tech begins to take over. This is a picture of Dr. Clay Johnston. He is the new dean of the new UT Medical School, which opens in fall 2016. For South by Southwest 2015, we added a health and med tech expo. It was very, very popular. We had panels on health that were very, very popular. So much of this tech disruption is going into the health and med tech field. This is a big area that you guys should be concerned about or be interested in. It's a big area for South by Southwest. I think we're about 95% correct on this idea. Projected trend number 9, South by Southwest good. Millennials want more meaning. South by Southwest good is the umbrella term that we use for all of our social good related programming. It was very popular this year. In fact, we name a trend of the event every year, and for this year, our trend of the event was more diversity in the tech industry, and I think that falls into this good perspective. I'm excited that that was one of our big messages coming out of this year's event. Projected trend number 10, all these industries are converging. This is certainly very near and dear to our heart at South by Southwest. We have music, we have film, we have interactive. They all converge into one at the event. I think we all see that more and more of these things are converging into one. We thought that was going to be a big trend. We were about 90% right there. Other trends at this year's event, again, we have more than 1,000 panels, so there are lots and lots of different things going on. Lots of gaming stuff, lots of 3D printing, privacy and security, Bitcoin, big data, as we talked about in the previous session, innovation with regards to news and journalism, design thinking, wearable technology, disruption of the food industry, and many, many more. Last thing I will say, again, is that trend predicting is a very, very difficult business. We are okay at it. We're not great at it. The advantage we have at South by Southwest is that we have 1,000 different sessions, and with that, we can look good on some of our sessions. Next year's event is March 11th through 15th, 2016. Would love to see you guys in Austin. Thanks for coming out and listening to me. Have a great last day of your event. Thank you.